Okay.
What are your thoughts about Miles?
I think it's a home run. To get a guy like this at the 26th pick, you know, clearly the best dirty work player in the draft. You know, just a blue-collar guy. He falls right into this team's identity. You know, we built this team, or rebuilt this team around defense and rebounding, and this is this kid's specialty. Nobody plays harder. He's going to be all over the floor, diving on loose balls, getting every rebound, running the floor. He's an underrated athlete for a 7-footer, and he's really going to give us a lot of depth up front. It's funny, you know, the first scouting meeting that I went into, you know, you all know that we have newly retired Jeff Foster working in our scouting department or our front office team, and the first scouting or draft meeting that I stepped into, I jokingly said, "Okay, is there any Jeff Fosters in this draft?" And about 4 of our scouts simultaneously said, "Miles Plumlee." And you know, we've had our eye on him, you know, ever since. I know he's a personal favorite of Larry Bird's, and you know, he had a hunch about him. He came in the draft workout here and really blew us all away. And we're just thrilled to get a player of this caliber at 26.
Does he have much in the way of offensive skills, or is he mostly a defensive?
He's mostly a defensive rebound. You know, he's a great finisher around the basket. You know, he's got to work on his jump shot, his mid-range jump shot, but he's a good finisher around the basket. He's very athletic and will really be a factor on the offensive glass. You know, but he's going to be primarily a dirty work player for us.
Essentially, is Roy Hibbert's backup?
You know, potentially. It depends what happens in free agency. You know, he's definitely, you know, I think he's ready. He's a 4-year player, you know, which falls in line with the history we've had, the recent history we've had here, and trying to bring guys that are ready to play for us right now. You know, so depending on what happens in free agency, he could be, you know, Roy Hibbert's backup. You know, but we'll have to see, you know, what guys, whether we bring Robinson back, whether there's some other guys that we pursue out there. But he's going to be a you know, quality player for us for sure.
Frank, what thought was given to guys like Jones and Moultrie that were falling down the board and slipped to your availability?
You know, I think we looked at those guys. We talked about them as they were slipping. We didn't anticipate them being there for us. But at the end of the day, you know, some of the concerns we had about those other guys, you know, weren't enough to persuade us or dissuade us from choosing Miles Plumlee, somebody that we really fell in love with. You know, Larry fell in love with him early this season, and then, you know, like I said, in the workout, he blew us away.
The initial reaction from fans hasn't been positive, Frank. If you had to get a reaction of people who are upset that you guys passed on some of these players, what would you say to them?
Well, you know, trust Larry Bird's track record, first of all. Second of all, you know, you're losing a player like Jeff Foster, and you're getting a guy that, you know, a whole front office team believes can fit that mold and sort of bridge the gap of what we lost with Jeff Foster. So, you know, I think it's going to be a very short time period before this kid becomes a big-time fan favorite around here.
Is there going to be a lot of work to be done in the next round?
I don't know. You know, we don't have a second-round pick, but, you know, there's always phone calls happening, so we'll have to wait and see.
What specifically did you see in the private workouts that blew you away?
You know, he just, you know, to me, I was surprised at how athletic he was. You know, for a 7-footer, to be able to run the floor. He made some plays on the open court, you know, finishing at the rim, but also having a good savvy and a good feel for the game. You know, making simple plays, simple passes, being a good communicator in the defensive things that we were working on. Just really felt like, you know, he's a guy that knows how to play the game, you know, and that's important.
They were saying the other day, Larry and Kevin were saying they see the game uniquely. You look at all the projections, they have him as a second rounder. Do you have to take a little bit of a leap of faith and just sort of
you do, and you know, you look at the projections and you understand why he's there. I mean, he's, you know, at 26, you're not going to get a guy that is a complete package, you know, but you get a guy that's exceptional in one or two areas, you're doing pretty well. And this guy is exceptional with defense and rebounding. and being a hustle guy, and you need guys like that to play winning basketball. So, you know, where some of the other draft boards had him in the second round was really unimportant to us. You know, Larry doesn't put a lot of weight in those types of things. He's got the best basketball instincts maybe of anybody going, and he saw what a lot of us saw in this kid very early on, and we're thrilled to have him.
It does sound like you. I mean, fair to say you've been locked in on this guy for a while. I mean, this wasn't a late developing thing. You were kind of maybe eyeballing him since.
Absolutely. You know, we have. You know, like I said, Larry, you know, liked him all along. I didn't really get to see him until our draft workout, and then we studied him on some tape after that. And you know, I liked what I saw both in the workout and on tape. You know, but it's somebody that's been you know, very intriguing to us for quite some time, for sure.
Frank, any consideration of Draymond Green?
Yeah, we like Draymond Green, you know, and we liked him a lot. We had him in twice. We had him in for original workout, and then we brought him back. You know, I think he's going to be an exceptional player in this league as well. But you know, at 26, we just felt like Plumlee made more sense.